Hi, we're Lisa and Angie. Welcome to another episode of Pep Talks and Prosecco.
If you like what you see and hear, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and share with your friends and family. We are all about building community.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Cheers, Lisa! Happy Sunday to you!
Happy Sunday! I love your Christmas tree in the background.
I love yours in the background as well. We are completely festive today. I love it. Even our Prosecco.
Yes, even our Prosecco is festive. And I'm wearing the Christmas gift that you gave me. And I love how you shop, because one for you, one for me.
That's the only way to shop. Oh, I can't believe that this is the final episode of season 2. How has that happened so quickly? I mean, I'm excited for this episode, but I'm kind of sad a little bit too that season 2 is now, this is, episode 10 and season 2 is winding up and here we are and 2021 is just like around the corner. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe that we had 2 seasons. Like the fact that we Pep Talks and Prosecco and we have 2 seasons is just mind-blowing to me. And when I think back to having that very first meeting when we kind of did some brainstorming, some strategizing, and I don't even think a podcast or a talk show was even something we had thought about at that time. And so it's been cool to see us evolve, kind of come into our own. And yeah, it's hard to believe that this is the end of season 2 and 2020 is almost out the door.
Yes. And you know what? I guess we could probably spend time talking about the things that maybe were unsettling during 2020. But I think it's also been a year for us to really dig deep and look at all the things that we're grateful for, because lots of great things have happened for both you and I throughout the course of this year as well. And I mean, the establishment of Weather Wheel Group has certainly been a highlight for me. I'm guessing for you as well. I don't know, when you think back on season 2, what were some of the pieces that stood out for you of pieces or maybe people that we spoke to throughout Pep Talks and Prosecco?
Yes. Honestly, I think the very first thing that we launched, the Extraordinary People, again, something that we hadn't really thought about initially, but of course, when COVID hit, we kind of had to change direction a little bit. And at that time, when we launched that, there were so many people doing good things in our community. And so I'm really proud of the Extraordinary People sort of campaign or project that we did. And we were fortunate to meet such incredible people. And I think you and I love them all for different reasons, but we certainly had some fun with Cecile and having her on Pep Talks and Prosecco. And it just I feel like she's one of our best friends and I haven't even met her in real life. So it's kind of crazy. So definitely that's one. The highlight for me was the Extraordinary People campaign and just those amazing people that we met who were doing awesome things in a really challenging time.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to beat that because really that, I don't know, that just grew. It truly was the ripple effect. I don't think you and I had any idea of the impact that it was going to have and how it was going to take off and the ability for us to shine a light on the extraordinary people that are your next door neighbors, the person who lives across the street, someone who you meet in the grocery store. They're around us. Extraordinary people exist everywhere. And so that was phenomenal. I think for me, it was the amount of people that reach out to us and let us know about, I can relate to that. That made sense to me. I think of that mom guilt episode that we did. We received so many messages, private messages and text messages and DMs and people are just like, oh my gosh, yes, completely. People could relate to it. And I think it was just, for you and I, it was just one way for us to show our community that we are just regular people messing up daily and sharing it with the world. And people like that. Our community has told us that they like that. So don't worry, we'll do more of that in season 3. I guess it will be.
We'll keep keeping it real. We promise. And speaking of that, there was another episode that we did. The actual name has escaped me. It was the one about self-talk. And you and I had very different, kind of ideas. We had talked about self-talk and what that inner monologue, what that sounds like. And we thought, hey, we need to do an episode on self-talk. And so we did. But what was interesting is when we came time to plan for it, we had very different ideas about what self-talk was. And that was another episode where a lot of people, messaged us or said something to one of us saying like, that's me, like that. I have really negative self-talk, and I'm going to start using some affirmations and stopping saying bye-bye, Felicia, when that negative voice starts to enter. So I thought that was really cool too. And plus we got to do that one together. And I always love when we can get together to record our episodes.
I love when we can get together as well, but I'm going to kind of wrap this up by giving us some props, you and I, because when we were planning for Weatherwill, it was before the pandemic struck. And so all of our plans were really about how you and I were going to be in the same space, sharing the same space, and working with people in a common space. And then COVID came. And you know what? We did not see that as an obstacle. It became something for us to work through. It became a challenge. We had to work differently. You and I had to learn how to work with each other differently. And our goals for Weatherwill, although building a community never changed, what it looked like in order for us to do that and provide that changed significantly. And I don't know, I think a little props to us. I'm really proud of us for working through that and evolving, because we needed to do so. And our belief was so deep in what our purpose was in establishing and building Weatherwill Group.
I agree. And I'm so proud of our perseverance. And, we both came into this with, I think, a strong sense of that grittiness, but like, we have a website. What? We have a talk show. We have a podcast. We have a virtual assistant.
I know. I can't get over that one still.
Who do we think we are? Anyway, it's really been, I've learned so much from you. I've gotten to know you better as a best friend and now as a business partner, and you inspire me and make me want to be a better person every day. And there's so many byproducts of what we've done, of course, our community, but I really value what I've learned from you and who you are as a person as well.
Aw, thanks, Lisa. I've always learned that you should surround yourself with people who are going to encourage you to level up, who are going to be some of your strongest critics, right? And you provide that for me time and time again. So before this turns into a Hallmark Christmas movie,
Atta girl,
maybe we should share a little bit about what we have coming around the bend with regards to Weatherwill Group and season 3 and beyond Pep Talks and Prosecco. You want to let a little bit of the cat out of the bag?